Hey YouTube, it's Missing No here for another Transformers review. This time of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime. So I thought it'd be fun to go back and do a review of this guy. So I got this figure when it came out in 2009. And a really nice figure. A lot of people say that this is the best version of Optimus Prime, or movie Optimus Prime, they can get, and I definitely think it's a really good version. So, a very nice truck mode, very movie accurate, a lot of nice flame detail, and silver on the rims and other places. The gas cans and stuff, and the tanks and the smokestacks, and this entire back area is just gray, but it still looks really nice. See a lot of nice details. It does have this whole back filled in, unlike the movie 1 leader, which I will show a comparison with. This button would activate the honking noises, but I don't have batteries in this guy. I usually take the batteries out of figures when I display them or put them in storage, so yeah, it would just make or no, I'm sorry, not honking noises, that was the original leader. This would make engine noises. So a really nice truck mode, and definitely a good representation of movie Optimus Prime. So I will grab the movie 1 leader and a couple other comparisons. So here is Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, leader Optimus Prime, and movie 1 leader Optimus Prime, and a modern deluxe figure. It's Combiner Wars wheel track. So you can see them all together. The Revenge of the Fallen Optimus is a little tiny bit longer by like half an inch, and the original one I think they're about the same height, but the original movie figure might be a little bit taller at the top of the cab section. So the proportions of it are slightly different. Some of the different parts are just slightly different sizes. The original also has a darker blue, slightly different hues. One thing that a lot of people always complain about the original is that there's this gap here, and the Revenge of the Fallen does not have that. So they're both really good figures. So if you're thinking about getting one or both of them, I would definitely recommend it. But definitely a nice size, and here's just a deluxe compared to him. So you can see he's quite a big figure. You can hide a deluxe behind him practically. Yep. So I will get on to transformation now. So to start off the transformation, you're going to want to lift these panels up. Actually, before I start, I just wanted to say the transformation on this guy is pretty complex, especially when going from robot to truck mode. So if you want to have an in-depth video on that, or see an in-depth description of that transformation, you can head on over to Optimus' review of this figure, and he shows the transformation both ways. So to transform from truck to robot mode, you're going to want to start by just taking these panels and bring them out, and it is this entire piece, but not the top of the smokestack. So you can see it does just clip in that clip, and those two little pieces. Same on the other side. Sorry if it gets a little out of frame, but this is a pretty big figure, so. Then you're just going to want to flip this all the way over. Now you can start loosening up all these parts in the front. Now, the part of the transformation that's pretty tricky has to do with a lot of parts up here. So, what you're going to want to do first to get this loosened up, I find it helps to just gently, you can see in there, that just kind of tabs in here. Just gently get in there, and I found that can kind of loosen things up a little bit. You also then want to take this and untab it from the front, and just kind of wiggle some stuff loose. Can be a little bit difficult, but just take your time with it. Don't force it, and the transformation also does get quite a bit easier the more you've done it. So, just try to get this loosened up. There we go. And this piece, as you can see on this side, tabs in under here. So, there we go. And then once this is loose from here, you can take this whole section and untab it and bring it down. Now you're going to want to come to the front. Now it isn't hard going from truck to robot, but it is quite difficult getting all this to line up, because, so essentially, these pieces here have this little kind of nub that goes behind this, and you can't really swing these out too far because these silver pieces down in here can get in the way of some. These swords can also kind of come flying out all over the place. It is kind of a difficult transformation into vehicle mode, but so to continue on transforming into robot mode, you're just going to want to split this. You can see it's tabbed together with 6 different tabs, and then you just bring this down. And now this shows what is kind of difficult really well. You kind of have to just get these all out, and then this piece tabs into here. So when you're going to vehicle mode, you need to get this in place, and then try and get this panel up past this gas tank and into place. Now, it sounds a little easier than it is. It is kind of tricky, especially if you're doing it the first time. I remember when I got this figure back in 2009, something like that, it took me quite a while. I also didn't, I just was going off of the instructions, which I recommend, excuse me, I recommend with your first time transforming this guy, try to look up a video, that shows the transformation. So then you're going to want to just bring these panels out. And you can see there's a lot going on. This is a very big figure, so it can be quite difficult, but I've found it's not too bad. Then you're going to want to bring the head up. Now you're going to notice, even when I bring this panel up, it's not doing anything because, as I said before, I do not have the batteries in this guy, so that adds about 1,000 points that adds 1,000 annoying points when you're trying to transform this guy and he keeps saying, I am Optimus Prime, I am Optimus Prime. It can be a little annoying. So then you want to just take these panels, these little flaps here, bring them out, and then just bring these pieces out like this to the side. Then bring this down. Well, actually, before you do that, just take this and swing it up like this. So you can try to show that a little better on the other side. And the swords will probably pop out, just to let you know. So on this, what you want to do, sorry again if this is getting out of frame, and then swing this up. And click it into place. So then after you've done that, you can bring this piece forward and it will tab in. And it would do the transformation noise, but as I said, I don't have the batteries in, so. And then you're going to want to split this whole section. I've found that it is helpful to do the legs now, simply because then you can stand him up. So just split the legs and bring the legs down. Now this is a really cool part of the transformation. You want to bring these panels out of the way and untab them. And there are quite a few tabs. They plug in at the front here, and at this point into a slot here, and they also tab in. This tab goes into that slot, or that hole. So then what you want to do is just open these toes up, fold that in. Same on this side. And then this whole thing compacts down into the foot, which I think is a really cool way to do that. And it also, his feet are on ball joints, so that is very nice for getting him to stand and everything. Then you just want to compact this up, tabs into place. You can also just rotate these back a little. You can leave them if you want, but I tend to rotate them back just a little bit. Get the legs positioned how you like. Push these tires in, or bring them. They're on double hinges, so you can bring them up and down. You can do pretty much whatever you want with them. And you can bring these down, the other two tires. Then you're going to want to focus on the top. So, as I was doing before, just get these pieces positioned in, and then this piece go into that slot. And it is a little tricky, but there's kind of a trick to it, but you also just kind of have to gently push it in, and there you go. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, simply because you've practiced, and it can be a little tight the first time as well. There you go. And then the arms, you just want to flip these silver pieces up, twist them around so that the red is facing forward. Same on this side. Flip the silver piece up, twist it till it's facing the correct direction. Make sure they're all the way in. Make sure the shoulder plates are snapped into place as well, or the chest plates. And then you are almost finished. So then the back, probably the easiest part to do. You just take, you take these untab them, swing them around, tab them in here. Same on this side. Make sure the gas cans are all the way out on the hinges. And then you're going to want to bring these pieces back in. These pop out like that. They're tabbed in here, so you just push them out that way. They're on a sliding joint. Then you rotate them. And this panel will tab in to that slot, and then you can get that in place. Same on this side. You just want to slide this section out, bring it up and around, tab it into place, and then these sections here, down here, you just want to take them, bring them, fold them in half like that, and they kind of accordion in, and then they just, those little holes, there are little tabs here, you just plug them on in, and there you go, there you have them. So first off, I will just do a couple comparisons. So here you can see, here is the Revenge of the Fallen leader compared to the movie one. Very similar, but the robot modes are definitely where they differ a lot more. This is the Night Watch Colors version, so you can see the chests are shaped a little different. This one's a bit more boxy, but both look really good. This one is a lot, or at least somewhat closer to the CGI model. But this one is still a really good figure. I do like that he comes with a gun, but he does not come with the sword unless you have the premium version, and then he doesn't come with the gun. So the only version, there was never a Hasbro version of the leader class mold that came with both the swords and a gun, unfortunately, but still a really cool figure. He also would have in this mode light up features again. His eyes would light up and he would say, "I am Optimus Prime," but as I said, I don't have batteries in him. So, really nice. You can just see the differences all throughout. Both are really good figures, though, so this one does have plastic tires, and the movie one has rubber, so that is kind of nice, but I know some people don't like rubber tires because at least some rubber tires dry out and crack eventually, or at least they can, so. And one thing that I do think is kind of cool, the when you turn them around, they do look, they do have some similarities. You can see the detail on the back of the leg is somewhat there. You can see kind of the same pattern. But I do think even from the back, he definitely looks a lot more like his CG model. And I really think both are good figures, and I think both of them are worth picking up. Both the movie 1 and movie 2 leader class figures. So, if you have to pick one, I guess I couldn't say which one is necessarily better. I guess it's just personal preference. But this is a very nice figure. And just to give you an idea, this is a modern deluxe figure. And as far as posability, he also is quite posable. Forward and backward, ratchets at the shoulders, in and out, bends at the elbow, swivels. Turns at the head, legs forward and backward, in and out, swivel at the thigh, knee bend, ball jointed feet. So definitely some good posability. The only complaint I can really think of in this robot mode is the swords. When they come up, you cannot straighten his arm out anymore. You can see there's no clearance for it. So if you want his arm straight, you need this out. So I've heard some people say they don't really like the swords. I think he looks pretty cool with the swords. So I don't mind just displaying them out. That's how I tend to have them. Anyways, but as I said, a really nice figure, and I really it's a really fun version of Optimus Prime. And he does go for a good chunk in the aftermarket, but not too bad depending on where you get him. So definitely recommended. You can also look into the Takara versions, and though those tend to be a bit more pricey, or quite a bit more pricey. So thanks for watching. See you next time. And check out my channel for other Transformers and action figure reviews. So, see you next time. Bye.